All right, well, that was a great segue into our next conversation, which is going to be all about trusting the data that you're using in the enterprise with AI. And this has been a big thing, I think, holding a lot of companies back from being able to deploy AI at scale, is that level of trust. And so we're going to hear all about that from Eleanor Trahan-Jones, the CEO of Bigeye, and also Kyle Kirwan, the CPO of Bigeye. Eleanor, why don't you come out and get us started?
Thank you. Everyone talks about deploying AI, but what they're really using is ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot to help their current employees run a little faster. The true potential of AI comes from implementing AI agents at scale, autonomous decision makers functioning as employees within your org chart with full access and full rights to get the job done. We're at a critical moment when applying AI at scale can give you a massive competitive advantage with far-reaching implications for your bottom line, stock price, and company success. But the risk scales just as fast as the reward. AI agents don't really create new vulnerabilities. They expose your sensitive systems and flawed data to their fast and relentless queries. Greg here is built to get the job done. There's no human-in-the-loop gut-checking data or context. The speed and scale that makes AI powerful is the same speed and scale that turns a small data problem into an enterprise crisis. I'm Eleanor Trahan-Jones, CEO of Bigeye, the Enterprise AI Trust Platform. We know that your AI is only as good as the data it runs on. Over the last year, we've hosted events in 15 different cities across the US, and I've spoken with hundreds of AI leaders, just like you, about the blockers they're facing in implementing AI. Here's the situation that they, and likely you, are facing right now. The pressure you're under is intense, and it's coming right from the top of your organization. Implement AI, cut costs, show results. Timeline? Yesterday would be good. We've all seen the MIT study. 95% of pilots fail to demonstrate ROI. So the pressure isn't just do AI, it's be in the 5% that prove this actually works. Meanwhile, you know that good data is the backbone of AI success. And your data, it's not pretty. It's been underfunded for years. You've been patching things together, making do, and it was fine, because no one was really paying that much attention until now. We just published a survey with Bark, the analyst firm, and in it we asked, what are your top concerns and obstacles to AI success? The survey reveals that last year, while companies were just starting to think about what AI looked like, data quality barely made the list of their concerns. This year, after trying to actually put AI into production, everything changed. 44% of AI leaders ranked poor data quality as their #1 obstacle to success. Organizations around the world are catching up to what you've known all along. Data quality matters. So here you are. Massive pressure to move fast with AI. Data that's not quite ready, and a choice that feels impossible. Do you move fast and accept the big risks? Or do you lock everything down and move so slowly that your competitors leave you behind? Speed or safety? What I'm seeing is that most companies think they have to pick one. Let's see how that plays out. Let me tell you about an oil and gas company that I've been working with. They saw the risks, and they decided, we're not moving forward until we have all the right controls in place. They started a 6-month project to build an agent gateway, building infrastructure before allowing any agents to access a single enterprise data source. It's a solid plan, thoughtful, comprehensive. Here's what's also true. They don't have a single agent in production. And they're not planning to have any agents in production for another 6 months. Meanwhile, their competitors, they're busy piloting, learning, moving things into production. Our survey with Bark shows that 44% of organizations have up to 5 agents currently in production. A further 33% have up to 10. So I respect the caution, I really do. When I talk to them, what I hear is, we know we need to get moving, but it feels terrifying. This is the safety choice, taken to its logical conclusion. But the risk, it's not just time, it's competitive advantage. Now, on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, I also work with a heavy manufacturing company, and they went all in. They built a self-service platform, 5,000 of employees can access it, anyone can build an agent and push it into production. So far, they got 200 agents published, and they got a team of 70 working on their AI initiatives. This is what the C-suite wants, right? Innovation, speed, results. Here's the problem. Their structured data is fine. Those databases have access controls. But AI just opened up everything else. SharePoint files, document stores, and that screenshot of customer data that someone saved 2 years ago. Years of unstructured, unclassified data now accessible to a non-deterministic agent. And they're honest about it. They don't actually know, outside of their structured data, what data their agents can access. So this also has risks, the kind that show up in compliance audits, or worse, in production, in front of customers. Back to that survey, 36% of organizations use customer satisfaction as their primary metric of AI success. So these are big risks. They moved fast, but they're not sleeping that well either. The problem is, companies think they have to choose between these two choices, speed and safety, pick one. You don't. Let me tell you about an insurance company. They started just like the oil and gas company, locked everything down, an AI council had to review every agent before it was published. Tightly defined use cases, controlled data access. Then they started to have some early success. And business units started asking, can we do more? Can we open up ChatGPT to our Snowflake data? Can we use this for customer-facing interactions? And this is where we come in. Bigeye's AI Guardian becomes the control plane between your agents and your data. So when my agent Greg tries to query data, AI Guardian checks. Is this data high quality? Is it appropriate for this use case? Does it align with our policies? And this is the power of what we're building. We give you control while giving your AI agents agency. There are 3 different modes you can use it. Firstly, monitoring. Full visibility into what agents are accessing, building audit trails and a full view of your risk landscape. Or advising. Real-time alerts when an agent tries to access data, so your team can make informed decisions about what to do next. And for your highest risk use cases, you could activate steering or blocking. Automated enforcement. If an agent tries to access data it shouldn't, access is denied. This is the same platform with 3 different approaches. And this is what changes everything. No need to choose between speed and safety. You can move to scale with confidence. And no need to risk it all, no sleepless nights, worrying about a compliance violation or a data breach that could kill your entire AI program. This is the third path. This is exactly what we built AI Guardian to enable. Let me introduce you to Carl Kerwin, Bigeye's co-founder and chief product officer, who'll join me in showing you how this can work in practice.
Thanks, Eleanor. So I'm excited to show you the AI Guardian today, and to do that, I'd like to start with a story about Wayland Bank. So Wayland Bank is a modern consumer bank, and they're rolling out branches all across the country. They're expanding rapidly, and a big part of their mission and what's allowing them to break into a heavily crowded market is a focus on in-person interaction and great customer service. So in our story, we have three main characters. We have Selena, who's on the AI engineering team, and she's helping Wayland build and deploy agentic solutions, starting with Snowflake Intelligence, and later, as we'll see, custom agents built with frameworks like LangChain. Then we have Jeremy. Jeremy is a branch manager at the Midtown Manhattan office, and his mission is to give amazing customer service and build a book of business for his branch. And third, we have Emily. Emily is a recent grad. She's taken a marketing manager position at Bagel Warehouse, which claims to have the best bagels in New York. And she's just starting in her financial journey. She's building up her balances. She's getting established in the world, and she's become a recent Wayland customer. Now, Emily has scheduled a meeting with Jeremy at the branch in person because she's interested in opening her first credit card. She's been using debit cards for a few years, and she knows that with credit cards, you can get additional benefits that you can't get with debit cards. So she's set time with Jeremy to learn more about the credit products that Wayland offers and to get her first card from him. Now, Jeremy prepares for that meeting by using some of the AI solutions that Selena has built. He prepares for the meeting, he chats with an AI agent, and then he recommends this credit card. He pitches it to Emily when she comes in. Now, the card is Wayland's Wondrous Elite card. It's titanium. It has a $250,000 credit limit. It has some amazing benefits for world travelers, like access to lounges in airports, great miles when you take flights. It also has a hefty $1,500 annual fee. It's not really what Emily was expecting. Emily was maybe thinking about something with a lower annual fee or no annual fee. So this is a weird interaction. It's not really the customer service that Wayland prides itself on. Doesn't look good for Jeremy. And also, just as importantly, it actually runs afoul of some regulations with the CFPB about over-delivering credit products to customers that they're not actually financially ready for. So let's look at how this happened and where an AI Guardian could help. We're going to look at three modes, as Eleanor mentioned. So there's the monitoring mode, there's the advising mode, both of which are through integration with Snowflake Intelligence. And then third, we'll look at the steering mode, where we can actually block access to data, and we'll look at that through a custom agent that Selena's built using LangChain. Let's start with Jeremy preparing for the meeting with Emily. We'll look at monitoring first, and then we'll look at advising. So Jeremy's going to access the agent by logging into the Snowflake Intelligence portal for Wayland Bank. He's going to ask the Card Genie agent what credit card he should recommend to Emily. Now, that's going to use a semantic model in Snowflake. It's going to query tables in Snowflake about Emily's account information, loans, things like that. It's also going to run queries on their credit card products that are available, and it's going to put all of that together to generate a recommendation for Jeremy, as well as the actual pitch that he should use when he's talking to Emily. Now, unfortunately, we see that it does recommend the Wondrous Elite card. Now, why did it do that? It thinks that Emily has over $300,000 in deposits in her account. And so it's recommending this card with a very high limit and a very high annual fee. Now, let's flip over to Selena and look at what it looks like for her to audit what happened after the fact inside of Bigeye. In monitoring mode, we have a durable history of the conversations that occur with these agents and what data they accessed. She can go and look up the conversation that Jeremy had. She can see the exact transcript, and then on the right, she can see what data got accessed. Now, that table in Snowflake has a warning on it. She can go into the other part of Bigeye, into the data observability module, and drill into that warning, and she can see the specific problem. We have anomalously high account balances being identified in that table. Let's try it again now with advising mode. Advising mode is similar, except this time we can actually push information back to the agent instead of just being transparent. So Jeremy switches to Card Genie 2.0, which uses the advising mode. Now, very similar interaction here. We're querying the same data. We're still using the same semantic model. But you'll see here that it makes tool calls to the Bigeye AI Guardian. So Snowflake is making API calls now into Bigeye's system, fetching data quality information that's relevant to the query it's answering, and then it's going to insert that into the response that it generates for Jeremy. So while the recommendation is the same, this time he gets a data quality warning in line with the response. And now he can take a step back and say, maybe this isn't an actually good card product to recommend to Emily, and we can save that embarrassment. Now, let's move forward a little bit in time. Let's say that Selena's had some time to go beyond Snowflake Intelligence, and she can actually build more advanced agentic products for Wayland. So she can build a custom agent using LangChain, and instead of just hooking it up to structured data in Snowflake, she can also connect it to Wayland SharePoint sites. So now that agent has access to richer information. It has access to unstructured documents like Microsoft Word files, PDFs, Excel, and so it can answer a wider variety of questions. Let's look at what happens when Jeremy tries this again with this new wider set of data that it can access, and then we'll flip to enabling the steering mode where all of those queries are being routed through the data access gateway. Now, this time, instead of going into Snowflake Intelligence, Jeremy's going to log into Wayland's branch management software. He's going to click on his meeting here with Emily, open the Copilot from the right side of the screen, and he's going to ask the exact same question, what card should I be recommending to Emily? The agent's going to run the same query. It's going to access the same data in Snowflake. Unfortunately, we're going to hit the same data quality issue. In Snowflake, we're showing a $300,000 account balance. The agent makes the same decision. It recommends the same card. But this time, remember, we have access to SharePoint as well. Jeremy asked the agent to help him personalize the sales pitch to Emily. And to do that, the agent goes and pulls her prior loan application document, which contains personally identifiable information about Emily, which is now being shown to Jeremy right there on his screen. That's not good. Now let's try it again, but we're going to enable the AI Guardian this time. So what we're going to do is when the agent is accessing data in Snowflake or SharePoint, it's going to be routed through our gateway instead. So he pulls out the Copilot again. We ask it the same question, what card should I recommend? Just like in the advising mode with Snowflake Intelligence, we can insert additional context into the response to the agent so that when it replies to Jeremy, it can warn him that while that is the recommendation it's making, it may not be accurate and he may want to think twice. Now, for the PII problem, it's not enough just to warn Jeremy. We need to make sure that he doesn't see PII at all. So in this case, we can actually use a PII policy to completely block access from the agent reading the file in SharePoint in the first place. So now we actually prevent Jeremy from seeing that information at all. Now let's also see how this looks from Selena's standpoint. She also is responsible for the AI systems, and she needs to be able to see that audit trail. So she's going to go into Bigeye. This time she's going to click on the Copilot. Same as before, she can see Jeremy's conversation with the agent. She can see that warning about the data that's in Snowflake. But as she scrolls down to look at more of the conversation history, she can see that he also asked for personalization, and we had that block that happened when it attempted to read that file out of SharePoint. I'm really excited to be rolling out the AI Guardian with some of our early adopters. We have customers in our design partner program who are installing and using the agent through Snowflake Intelligence integration using the monitoring and advising modes. The steering mode with the data access gateway will be available in 2026. Now, what drives the behavior in the gateway and the Guardian is inputs from our data observability, data sensitivity, and data governance modules. So you can write policies in Bigeye about what should or should not be allowed to happen with your agents based on inputs about data quality, data sensitivity, and data governance information at your organization. And all of that is built on top of a foundation, which is our metadata platform, which includes end-to-end lineage, data catalog, and data profiling. I'm really excited to have shown you the AI Guardian today, and now I'm going to hand it back to Eleanor.
Thank you, Kyle. So we've given you quite a lot to think about, and hopefully a little clarity on the path forward. But what are 3 things you can take away and do today? Firstly, get your data AI ready. Our Fortune 500 customers are already using our data observability and lineage solutions, and they are getting their data reliable. So AI isn't a ticking time bomb. And if you're in the 44% of people still saying that data quality is our biggest problem, then start here. Second, benchmark where you are against other AI leaders. You can download this Spark survey that I've been referencing in the QR code on the top right-hand side of the slide. Read the full study. It's not just the data I've shared, but it's what 421 global organizations have learned the hard way about putting data AI agents into production. And finally, if you're ready to scale agents safely, then join our AI Guardian Design Partner Program that Kyle just mentioned. You'll help shape what trusted enterprise AI looks like in practice, get early access to the platform, and a direct line to our team. So, come to our booth 235, meet the Bigeye team, tell us where you are in your journey, and we'll figure out how to get you moving fast and safely. I know there's a lot of talk about an AI bubble. Ignore it. This is a financial question, not really a technology one. AI itself isn't going anywhere. The real question is whether in 2 years' time you'll be leading or having to explain why you got left behind. The winners won't be the ones that chose speed over safety or safety over speed. They'll be the ones that rejected that choice entirely and built trustworthy AI built on governed, observable data. And the organizations that get this right, and get it right now, will define the next era. Thank you.